if I go from the beginning of the verse, leads you back to the beginning of the verse again. Now, if you want to go to the end, and you're going to the chords at the end of the song, then that last bar that was just one bar of F, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Instead of playing one bar of F, we're going to play 2 bars of F instead. So you just play an extra bar. So it's slightly different. So what we were doing in the lesson was instead of playing these octaves, we just go like that, right? So instead of going, we're going. So it's the same rhythm, but we're just playing that single note on F instead of octaves. So you can do maybe your third finger or your second finger or your thumb. So so if I go from halfway through the verse, remember to let her into your heart, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the difference if when we're going into the chorus. So if I just go again from the second to last bar of the verse, if I go from the C, so then you can start, then you can start to make it. So it's similar in a way to the last version we were doing when we're going back to the beginning of the verse, because at the end of those 2 bars we just hold it again. So that first bar is just 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just all the way through. It's dun 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 dun. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the following bar is 1, 2, 3, 4. So halfway through again we're just holding those notes. So that whole 2 bars together, it would sound like this. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And just a quick word about pedal. Obviously, when you're more comfortable, incorporate pedal into the chords. But with these 2 bars, I would not play pedal, just because it adds a bit of contrast. So when you're playing pedal for the rest of it, this bit you can maybe let go of the pedal, so it just stays sounding like that. So you've got that kind of silence in the left hand. It's nice. So you can experiment with it. So then with the next bit, which is the ending, then I would bring the pedal back. So yeah. So there's a nice contrast, but only bring the pedal when you've got more familiar with the chords and playing it all from that whole section. So we'll look at that now. So we start where we finished. So we finished on that F. So that's the first bar of this section. So it's just like that bit we were just doing. So hammering those notes in the left hand and then playing the chords in the right hand. Then that takes us to the next chord, which is an E flat chord, but so we're playing E flat in the left hand. So we go from the F, we go down to the E flat, and the right hand is actually playing second inversion. So we're going from this, which is F first inversion, and then we're going to this. So that's E flat major root position, E flat, G, B flat, G, B flat, E flat, and B flat, E flat, G. So we've inverted all the notes. So we've got B flat, an E flat, and a G. So that's quite close, really, to the previous chord. So it's a nice smooth move to the next chord. I would go 1, 2, 5 for the F, that first chord, and then 1, 3, 5 for the following chord. So my index finger is free there, so. Okay. Then from there, we keep the thumb on the B flat. We move the other two notes. We move the other two notes down to D and F. So it's a B flat, D, and F. B flat chord in root position. You could do maybe 1, 3, 5 for that. And that takes us very nicely back to the chord that we started on, the F major in first inversion. So the F stays at the top of the chord. Same note. So it's just the other two notes changes. So from the B flat chord, thumb goes down, it just slips down one note to the A, and the third finger releases, and now we use our second finger for the C. So B flat chord is 1, 3, 5, and go back down to 1, 2, 5 for the original chord we started on. So, and the left hand is just playing the notes of the chords. So you can use, and then E flat, B flat, F. Now, one thing to remember is there's no drum kit or anything holding us at this point. It's just us with the piano. So we're really driving all the rhythm. So the left hand is driving the rhythm at this stage. So we don't want it to sound just like note, 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 note. You know what I mean? We want to have a little bit of variation in what we're doing here. It could be kind of like quite an attacking note, and then slightly less for the next one. So it's like bum 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 bum. So you can practice that slowly. So like, and I'm using, remember what I said, I'm using all my the muscles in my hand, my wrist, my arm. I'm not using one kind of joint in my hand. I'm not just using my arm, I'm not just using my finger. I'm using, everything is kind of active, right? And it's really, you want it to support it from everything. See? So basically on the counts, on the beats, those are the louder ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just for ever so slightly, there's so. Also, make sure that you're counting when you play the F, because you're going to have that twice, because you end on an F and you start on an F. And this na 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 thing, it kind of carries on and on for as long as you want. So if I go from halfway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So you really want to like have a really want to hear and know, okay, that's where you're repeating now. You're going from the beginning again. I'll play it through one last time. I'll go through the verse once, then I'll go back to the verse, and then I'll go to this ending bit. So also just to clarify, we do have the end of the verse, the C chord is different from the beginning. So in the beginning, that's the C chord. It's first inversion, E, G, C. Hey Jude, don't let me down. Okay, but at the end, it's second inversion. So this is just based on what I was reading from. So we can always change it. I was just from what I was reading from the arrangement, the piano arrangement that I was using. So from the end of the verse, remember to let her into your heart. Listen. Second inversion. So it's G, C, E. So maybe we were doing that, but I just wanted to make sure. So you can play around with that. You can see if you want to do second inversion there or first inversion.